Welcome back to my channel Starwire Daily. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. The cameras stopped rolling years ago, but the drama has never been more real. Tonight, we're diving deep into one of reality TV's most heartbreaking family feuds, a story that's been simmering behind closed doors. Away from the glitz and damn dap. Away from the glitz and damn dap. And weaves and weaves. A décolleté, long-lasting color. Tonight, we're diving deep in Wa. We're diving deep into one of Riala's. We are a pros aid. We see some why they are. We are some lads so aseld. We are so acrees. We are so save. We are said. We are said. We are said. Once made the Chrisley name synonymous with Southern charm and million-dollar mansions. What happens when the golden child of America's favorite dysfunctional family finally reaches her breaking point? When years of silence, betrayal, and public humiliation culminate in 5 words that would shatter any parent's heart. She is no longer family. This is Starwire Daily, and I'm about to take you inside the explosive world of Savannah Chrisley. A young woman who went from reality TV princess to family outcast, and now, she's fighting back with a vengeance that nobody saw coming. Let's rewind to 2014, when Chrisley Knows Best first graced our screens. Picture this, a sprawling Georgia mansion, designer everything, and Todd Chrisley, the self-proclaimed patriarch, who ruled his kingdom with an iron fist wrapped in a velvet Southern drawl. The show painted a picture of the perfect American family, albeit one with more money than sense and enough sass to power the entire state of Georgia. But even then, if you were paying attention, and trust me, we always are, there were cracks in the foundation. Lindsie Chrisley, Todd's eldest daughter from his first marriage, was conspicuously absent from most family gatherings. She'd make appearances, sure, but there was always this ... tension, this underlying current of resentment that the cameras couldn't quite capture, but we could feel it. Now, let's talk about Savannah. Born into this world of privilege and performance, she was the darling of the family, daddy's little girl who could do no wrong. With her stunning blonde locks and that signature Chrisley confidence, she seemed destined for greatness. The cameras loved her, audiences adored her, and most importantly, Todd was proud. But here's what the viewers didn't see. Behind those perfectly staged family dinners and choreographed arguments, a real family was falling apart. And Savannah, she was watching it all unfold from the inside. The first major crack appeared in 2019. And honey, it was a doozy. Lindsie made allegations that rocked the Chrisley empire to its core. Claims about extortion, family betrayal, and secrets that would make your grandmother clutch her pearls. The details were messy, complicated, and frankly, the kind of family drama that makes our jobs both heartbreaking and absolutely fascinating. Todd, never one to back down from a fight, fired back with the fury of a man whose carefully constructed image was crumbling. The war of words played out across social media, in interviews, and through their respective attorneys. It was brutal. It was public. And somewhere in the middle of it all was Savannah, watching her family tear itself apart in real time. But 2022 changed everything. When Todd and Julie Chrisley were convicted on federal charges of tax evasion and fraud, the family's world didn't just shift, it completely imploded. Suddenly, Savannah found herself thrust into a role she never asked for. Guardian to her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, while her parents began their prison sentences. Can you imagine? One day you're a reality TV star, worried about your next Instagram post. And the next, you're a 20-something raising teenagers while your parents are behind bars. The pressure alone would break most people, but Savannah, she did what Chrisleys do. She adapted, she survived, and she fought. Through her podcast Unlocked, Savannah began opening up about the real toll this family drama was taking on her mental health. She spoke about sleepless nights, panic attacks, and the crushing weight of responsibility. But more importantly, she started talking about loyalty, about who was there when the cameras stopped rolling and the money ran out. And according to Savannah, Lindsie wasn't one of those people. The breaking point came recently when Savannah made a statement that sent shockwaves through what's left of the Chrisley fanbase. In a moment of raw honesty that felt both cathartic and devastating, she declared that Lindsie is no longer family, not estranged, not taking a break, gone, completely cut off from the Chrisley tree. Now, let's be real for a moment. Family estrangements aren't uncommon, especially in high-profile families where money, fame, and ego often collide in spectacular fashion. But there's something particularly heartbreaking. But here's what I find fascinating about this whole situation. Savannah's declaration isn't just about cutting ties with Lindsie. It's about drawing boundaries, protecting the family unit she's worked so hard to preserve, and making it clear that loyalty isn't just expected, it's required. In the world of the Chrisleys, you're either all in or you're out. There's no middle ground, no casual involvement, no picking and choosing when to show up. Savannah has essentially said that if you can't be there for the hard times, you don't get to celebrate the good times either. The question that haunts me about this whole saga is whether this estrangement is permanent, or if there's still hope for reconciliation. Family wounds run deep, but they also have the potential to heal in ways that surprise us all. Both women are still young, still evolving, and still dealing with the aftermath of a childhood that was anything but normal. Maybe someday, when the dust settles and the immediate pain fades, they'll find their way back to each other. Maybe they'll realize that their shared experience of growing up Chrisley is something that binds them together rather than tears them apart. Or maybe this is just the way their story ends, two sisters who loved each other once upon a time, before fame and family loyalty and federal charges changed everything. What strikes me most about Savannah's journey is how it represents something larger than just one family's dysfunction. She's become a symbol of resilience in the face of unimaginable pressure. Think about it. She's barely in her 20s, and she's already weathered more family drama than most people experience in a lifetime. She's gone from reality TV princess to family matriarch practically overnight. She's dealt with her parents' legal troubles, raised her younger siblings, maintained her own career, and somehow managed to do it all while the entire world was watching and judging her every move. The fact that she's drawn this line in the sand, with Lindsie as heartbreaking as it is, also shows a level of emotional maturity that's frankly impressive. She's protecting her own mental health and the stability of the family unit she's fought so hard to preserve. And let's talk about the silver lining in all of this mess, because there is one. Savannah has emerged from this family chaos as a voice for young women dealing with impossible situations. Through her podcast, her social media presence, and her public appearances, she's shown that it's possible to maintain your integrity, even when everything around you is falling apart. She's been honest about her struggles with anxiety and depression. She's talked openly about the challenges of sudden parenthood and the weight of family responsibility. She's shown that strength isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up. Even when showing up is the hardest thing you could possibly do. The entertainment industry loves a good comeback story, and I have a feeling Savannah's is just getting started. She's got the name recognition, the natural charisma, and now the life experience to build something meaningful out of the ashes of her family's empire, whether that's through expanding her podcast empire, writing a book about her experiences, or even returning to television on her own terms. Savannah has proven that she's not just Todd Chrisley's daughter, she's a force to be reckoned with in her own right. As for Lindsie, her story isn't over either. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away from toxicity, even when that toxicity comes from your own family. If she's found peace and happiness away from the Chrisley drama, then maybe she made the right choice for her own mental health. And the sad reality is that not every family story gets a happy ending. Sometimes love isn't enough to overcome years of hurt, disappointment, and fundamental differences in values. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is accept that some relationships aren't meant to survive every storm. What this entire saga teaches us is that family is complicated. Fame makes everything harder. And sometimes the people we think will be there forever end up being the ones who hurt us the most. But it also shows us that resilience is possible, that growth can come from the most painful experiences, and that sometimes drawing boundaries is the kindest thing you can do for everyone involved. Savannah Chrisley has officially closed the door on her relationship with Lindsie, but in doing so, she's opened a new chapter in her own story. Whether that chapter includes forgiveness and reconciliation down the road, or whether this really is the end of their sisterly bond, only time will tell. One thing is certain, though. This family story is far from over. As long as there are Chrisleys making headlines, we'll be here to break it all down for you. Because at the end of the day, their drama is our entertainment, their healing is our hope, and their resilience is our inspiration. What do you think about Savannah's decision to cut ties with Lindsie? Do you think she was justified? Or is there still hope for these sisters to find their way back to each other? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing your perspectives on these complex family dynamics. If this deep dive into the Chrisley family drama kept you engaged, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to StarWire Daily for more exclusive celebrity content.